Hey there, I'm OKJLove, and today I'm going to show you how to build the Pokemon Plamo Rayquaza. This is the first time that we're building a figure on this channel, so I'm pretty excited about this one. Some of you might know I've got a really big passion for Japanese figures, and I'm also really particular about the ones that I buy and collect too. Pokemon Plamo, known as Pokepura in Japan, have luckily made the cut, and that's for two really big reasons. The first is that the joints are hidden, so once you've built it, you actually can't see how it's been configured. And the second is, it looks like something straight out of the game once it's complete. So I'm really excited to put this together and see what it looks like. Now, I've teamed up with Rare Candy Collectibles, who have supplied the Rayquaza for today's video, and we've partnered up to bring you 10% off all model figures at the rarecandycollectibles.com.au store. All you've got to do is use the code OKJLove at checkout, and you'll get 10% off all model figures. So you can check out the Pikachu, the Gengar, the Mew, there's a Dragonite fighting Charizard. They've got a huge range of stock, so make sure to check it out after the video. Okay, let's get building. So take the lid off the cardboard box, just like that. Take the instructions out, move them to your side. You're gonna need them. Take these out too, right? And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna open up each of these, but we're going to leave all the parts on the frame. So take the first one out, and there's two frames in this first package. Leave everything intact on the frame. Get the second package, take these ones out too, and there are two frames in that one too. You've also got these stickers, or shiru as they call them in Japanese, so you're going to want to keep those too. Now, key point number one, keep all of the parts in the frame until you get to the step where you need to use them. That is key. You don't want to break all the parts off at the start, otherwise you're gonna lose order of what part is what number, and it's gonna get very confusing. So leave every part in the frame until you get to the step. Now, we'll just move these to the side for now. Now, the instructions are pretty straightforward. The only issue is there's 41 of them, and it might get a little bit confusing, but trust me, it's really easy. I'm gonna make this really simple for everybody. So, on the first page, you've got Parts Listo. Basically, this explains the parts list. I'm gonna just get this real nice and close so you can see. So each frame is composed of a different parts, let's call it a configuration. So A1, you've got A2, which is green, B1, B2, right? On each frame is a subsequent number. So A1, part 1, part 2, part 3, right? You're gonna wanna keep them on the frame because when you get to the instruction, it's gonna tell you which part to grab, okay? Okay, second up here. Patsu no sagashikata. This is just how to find the part. So basically, the instructions will say, refer to part A2-6 in Pikachu's head, and that's pretty much it. You'll see on the frame, there's like a little 6, and that's how you search for a part. So first you refer to the primary, we'll call this the primary frame number, A2, and then you search for the sub frame number, say A2-6, right? Okay, down here we've got Patsu no torikata. Now, this is key. You do not need to use tools to take the parts off the frame. Don't use tools, don't use scissors, as there's a very high chance that you may damage the part, and you do not want to damage the part. So do not use scissors. They are easy to pull off. You'll see when you start, okay? And at the very bottom here, we've got Shiru no Harikata, which is just how to apply the stickers. And it's really straightforward. You just peel them off and stick them on the part. So those are the four main things that you're gonna wanna know before you start. Now, when we turn the page, you do get this one final warning, and it's really just straightforward stuff. Basically, it says, if you put the part in incorrectly, it's really hard to pull it off and take it apart and do it again. So follow the instructions very carefully. There's also a risk that you may damage the part if you do it incorrectly, so just take extra care to do it per the instructions. And you've got me here, so it's gonna be really easy, so do not stress. So with that out of the way, let's start building this thing. Okay, step one, find part A2-6 and B1-1. So we've got frame A2, and this is part 6. So here you go, so you see frame A2, part 6 in red, so real straightforward. And that looks like it's the bottom part of Rayquaza's, jaw. And it's at this step that you want to take Seal 3 and apply it to part A2-6, which is the tongue of Ray, so that it looks like this. All right, now I got to refer to frame B1, which is B1 part 1. Here we go. Okay, step 1 is we just slip these in like that. Real easy. Okay, that's that done. And then we get part A2, part A2-7. And part A2-7 goes on like that. Okay. Oh yeah, I can already see how we're going. Step 2, get part B2-22, which looks like the fang, and apply it to that jaw that we just part assembled. So this basically just says, does it match the figure here? And if it does, you're good to go. Just double check that. So we need part B2 22. Here we go. So just exercise a little care when you pull them off. There we go. Okay, looking good. All right, step 3. Get part B1 18 and B1 17. Frame B1. Part 17 already fell off for us just before, that's handy. And part 18, which is just here. There we go. So put B17s into the slots there. So you can see that, it's nice and easy. Just make sure they're in firmly. Don't squeeze too tight. Okay, now we've got 2 parts there. Step 4, get part B1 3. And it looks like we're gonna put part B1 3 into that little, whatever that was that we just made. So that goes into the top of what we made in step 3. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see this. That looks like that's the top of Ray's head. There we go. Step 5, get part A2. So part A2 20. And this is really cool. I like how the features of Ray, like the yellow circles on his body, like actual parts too, rather than just stickers. So pull off that part there and put it into top of Ray's head. Super easy. So you can see straight away, if you get the wrong part in the wrong spot, it's going to be difficult to take it out later. Okay, moving on, we're on to step 6. So step 6, we need to get part A2 19 and put A2 19 onto that. A2 19, here we go. Where are we putting that? We're putting that on the nape there, like this. Yep, there we go. Okay. Step 7, get part B1 2, frame B1 and part 2, here we go. Like I said, real easy to just take those off and apply part B1 2 onto this here at the nape of Ray, there we go. All right, there we go. Look, I love that, I love the yellow. Oh, step 8, so we put part of the jaw that we've constructed into this other part of Ray that we've constructed, and it looks like it's gonna slot in nice and easily, just like that. All right, clicks in and now Ray's mouth opens. Fantastic. Oop. All right, there you go. So it looks like you've got to put a little bit more force than what I initially did. Just be gentle. But there we go, that's in. Step 9, find part B1 16. Part B1, frame B1, part 16. There we go. And that looks like it goes under Ray's jaw. Yep, okay. So the spikes face outwards, like towards the neck. There we go. Okay, good, good. All right, good. Oh, it's really coming together now. And then it just says to confirm that Ray's jaw opens and closes, which it does. So we're good. We're in business. Okay, step 10. Okay, so this is the first step where you need to use a sticker. So it tells you to put the sticker on it now. So we're gonna put the first eye on. Reckon you've only got 1 shot to make this count. So let's hope I get it. Oh, 1 and done. Could it be? Fantastic stuff. You'll love to see it. Can we get it 1 and done? Like I said, you've got 1 shot to make this count, guys. Buzzer beater. Oh, it looks like we're in trouble here. We could be in trouble. No, we've done it. Yep, we're on. Okay, it's on. So there we go. The 2 eyes are on. They're on. Okay. Okay, so that's step 10. Now, step 11. Get part A1 14, A2 14, and B1 13. Okay, so B1 13 is the main part of this step. So we're gonna wanna get frame B1 13, here it is. Snap that off. This is frame A2, but we need frame A2 part 14, which is this one here. Okay, this little one here, that's tiny. And we need part A1 14. So on frame A1 14 down here, here it is. Yep, there we go. Okay, so pick up part B1 13 and pick up A1. Oh, we've made a critical error here. So I've already mucked them up, but that's all right. Okay, don't do what I did. Make sure you keep part A1 14 and A2 14 separate, but it looks like this is part A2 14. So put A2 14 into this part here, and part A2 14, which faces downwards, into that part of part B1 13, and make sure they're in firmly. You can see there's no gaps, and there you go. So there's that part. Okay, moving on to step 12. Get part A2 17, which is black. That's this part here. Frame A2 17. Just be careful that the balls on the side of that don't come off. Oh, and I've dropped it, but that's okay. This is a pretty durable product. You'll see that when you start assembling it. Okay, A2 17. This is where Ray's arms are gonna definitely connect in. Step 13, get part B1 8. Okay, part B1 8. and slot that into the 2 ball joints will be at the top part of this piece here, and put that in like that. There we go, easy stuff. Step 14, get part B19 and B110. B19 and B110. So I left B19 on the left side purposely. That slots in like this. And part B110 slots in on the other side like that. There we go. Okay, great. That part is definitely coming together. Step 15, get part B114 and B112, which is this one here, and B112. Now you can see why I said do not pull all the parts off at the same time. If you had done that, you would have been in absolute shambles. So part B114 and part B112 connects into it like this. There we go. On step 16, find part A112. So we'll put A112 on the left and A113 is on the right. So get part A112 and part A113 and put them together like that. There we go. Step 17, part B223. Okay, now these are quite small parts, so just pay attention here and do not lose these. Part B223 is all the same part and it looks like there's a few of them. So it's saying find 3 of them, and these look like the claws for Ray. 1, 2, 3. Wow, they are tiny. And then apply them like this. Okay, can you see that? So you can see how the teeth need to meet up with that part. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. There we go. Oh, that's looking good. That's a claw. That's a claw. Okay, step 18. Okay, this is good. So now you put the arm that we just assembled and the claw. 2 of the nails go on the outer face. Like that. There we go. Then get the big body that we made just before and slot it into the joint for part step 19. Okay, and that's good. That's not like permanent. So that's good. Okay, now you can make Ray's claws go whichever way you want to on that part there too. So, all right, step 20 looks like we're making the other arm. So find part B115, which is here on frame B1. Put that to the side, and part B111. Here we go. And in the same way for the other arm that we just made, put this arm on so you can see how that goes there. Make sure it's in firmly, and there you go. Step 21, get part A2, frame A2, part 12, which is this one here, and A213. And it looks like we're making the other claw. So we're gonna have to get part B223. So we're gonna get the other talons. Let's call them talons, that's the word for them. I skipped ahead, I'm so sorry. We're still on step 21, so put part A212 into A213. Great, and now we've got these where we can now put the talons in for Ray, making sure that the teeth line up. Receive talon 1, receive talon 2, you retrieved, sir. And that talon. Okay, we're getting through this. We're nearly halfway there, which is fantastic. So step 23 is to get that arm like this and connect that hand into that like this. Great, and now we've got the other arm. Fantastic. Step 24, on that body, we're gonna slot the other arm into that ball joint, just like that. Really easy to put that in. So looking good. Ray, you've got a body now and you've got some claws. You can almost stand that up. We'll put that on its back like that. So Ray is slowly coming together. Step 25, it says make 3 of this same part. So by the end of this step, we'll have 3 of those there. So follow step 25, 26, and 27 together 3 times. So we're gonna put that there. Get part A19. Okay, so how we're gonna do this? We're gonna do one at a time. So we're gonna get part A19 and part A18. And we're gonna connect them together first. So this is one of the 3 that we're gonna make. You see that? Easy. Now get A118, which is the yellow feature. Snap that off gently, and connect that into that part of this piece here. And then it looks like on the other side, you've got to do another one. So then A218, get the second frame. Make sure you're referring to A118 for step 26 and A218 for step 27. So frame A218. And that goes on the other side like that. Really easy stuff. That's one of the 3. So we'll put one to the side. And now we've got 3 of those parts. So we're ready to move on to step 28, where we're gonna combine in a very similar fashion this part of Ray's body. You're gonna see this in the next step. So step 28, we're gonna make 3 of these. Frame A115 to A116. We'll do these in the same way, one at a time. So frame A115, here we go. And frame A116, which is right under, that's convenient. That's where we parked our car. Okay, and in the same way, we're gonna connect that. Everything should line up like so. It should look pretty symmetrical and it'll click in. Ooh, I lied. No clicky, but that's all right. You should see no gaps between the little crevices. So that's one. A215 and A216. A215. Some of them, they got a little bit of, they got a bit of fight in them. They don't want to be removed from their home. And A216 is the next part we need. And in the same way, it should be pretty symmetrical, which it is. Fantastic, but there won't be a click. That's all right. Just make sure there's no gaps there. Nice and firm. Okay, part A215 here and A216 again here. And again, remember, it'll look pretty symmetrical. The teeth will line up with the holes. There you go. Enough pressure to make sure there's no gaps. There we go. Step 28 complete. All right, moving on to step 29. So now we're gonna put the red feature of this part of Ray's body. So we're gonna go to frame A1. Frame A1 part 2. Here we go. Okay, now this is critical, guys. This is critical. Pay attention here. I've just taken off A12, and A12 goes onto the smaller part of this little jagged part of Ray's body. So make sure you're putting the right parts make sure you're putting the right red feature into the right part. So this is the small one. It goes into the small one here, like so. See that? There you go. Fantastic. Now, get part A13. And now this is the big part that goes into the big part of this feature. So that's one complete. Great. There we go. Oh, this just shows you profile view to make sure you're doing the right thing, which I'm here showing you. So that's one part done. Okay, we're gonna replicate that. We're gonna get A12 again and A13 again. So we're on frame A1. And on the second part that we had there from step 28, we're gonna put the big part into the big feature there, the big red detail into the big red jagged part coming out, and the small A12 into the small part there, Ray's body. Great, that's the second one done. So we've got to look at frame A2 now, probably because they ran out of space. Frame A2, that small one there. And we're gonna go back to frame A1 for part A13. Fantastic. And it went flying, but that's okay, we caught it. And again, the small part onto that part there, and the big part, the big red detail onto that part there. Great. Okay, step 29 complete. Moving on to step 30, and it's really similar. We're gonna do the other side, the other detail here. These are all the same size, so you shouldn't have any issues. Step 30, A13. We're on frame A13. Just follow the guide, guys. Don't try and skip ahead, otherwise you might run into trouble. Part A23. There we go. And we'll put those on our first part of Ray there. So that slides in like this. Easy stuff. This is fun. I'm having a good time. This is a different kind of video for the channel, but it's really chill, really. And I like making these figures. So that's one there done. Frame A1 part 3 and frame A2 part 3 here. Like I said, they're both the same, so you can speed it up a little bit, but why would you? Just enjoy the moment. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. I'm liking this. We're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna go to frame A23 and frame A23 again, because it's all in the same frame there. Slot that in. Loving that. We'll make sure there's no gaps there. Just be firm, but not too firm. Don't want to forcefully break anything. And on the other side, the same thing. There we go. So those 3 parts are done, and that is step 30 complete. Step 31, so find frame B15 and B14. These are right here, easy. Easy mission. Put that B14 on the left and B15 on the right and connect those two together. That's easy, just like this. There we go. Awesome. Okay, step 32, A111. A111, there it is. And connect that into one side of the body. One of those circles is bigger than the other. That's how you tell. And that goes in nice and flush. And on step 33, part A110, which is right here, you're gonna wanna fit all these parts around where they connect to the frame. Otherwise you might risk snapping the part. So be very delicate about where you pull the part off the frame. And that goes in like that. Nice and flush, easy. Okay, step 34. You're gonna wanna find frame A1-1, which is this here, and frame B1 part 19, which is here. Frame B1 part 19, all the way at the bottom here. There we go. Easy, mission. Now, connect the red part A1 into the green B119, and it looks like, okay, you want to line up, you can see there the top of part A11, you want to line that up with this part here so that the teeth slot in, so they go through like that. And it will click, there you go. You can see there where that little part of the tooth hooks into the red part. The green B119 hooks into the red A11 like that. Okay, second part of step 34. So find part B120, which is also at the bottom, and take that off. And that looks very straightforward. You just connect the two like that, and that's Ray's tail. We can see that now, that's Ray's tail. Fantastic stuff. Okay, we're getting quite a few parts of Ray here. We're almost there, I reckon. Step 35. Find the part from step 33 and the tail that we just made and connect it like that. And you should see that it should follow the same profile and that will slot in. Ah, okay, perfect. And you can twist that too to your liking. And that can come off too. That can come off. So there you go. Another part of Ray complete. Moving to step 36. Step 36 is now where we start to put Ray together. That's exciting. So get the head and part from step 24. This is easy, just follow the figure. You can tell what part is what and connect that there. And they'll sort of slot in a little bit of force, not too much, don't go crazy. One of the parts from step 27, we did make 3, that's these 3 here. So grab one, turn it around and connect that into that part of Ray. Yeah, you're gonna wanna be just gentle. You don't wanna go too crazy, otherwise you might risk snapping it. Now, one of these connecting parts from Ray. All right, you're gonna wanna line the small part of the red feature facing upwards and connect that in. There we go. Another part of step 27. Okay, now we're really moving. Now we're really getting through this. Another part from step 30 and one of the bigger parts of the body, the red feature facing that away. There we go. Part 27. Oh, here we go. We are so on right now. And the large red feature detail part of Ray facing upwards from part 30. Oop. Ray just knocked part of his own body away. Okay. And step 35, the tail, which we just completed before. And I'm gonna place it down the table. There we go. So that's in, all right. That is looking good. We are so close. Step 37, I'm getting excited. B16, here it is. Oh yeah, these are the cool parts of Ray's, I don't know, ears kind of? Yeah, let's say ears. And while you're at it, for step 38, get B17. I'm gonna put B17 there. Here's part B16, goes on the left side. The left, what's this? Stage left. Stage left of Ray, and faces up, like that. Yeah, okay, that slots into that little black gap you can see there, the tooth here from part B16. Be gentle here, because I feel like you could risk snapping it, so that's in. All right, and then on step 38, get part B17, which I did take off earlier. And again, into that little black hole. Be gentle here, guys. You do not want to snap part of this ear. There we go. It slots in pretty easily if you get it on the right angle. Okay, so there we go. That is in. I'm going to say that's there. I don't think that's Ray's ear. Does he even have ears? I don't know, it's a Pokemon. Step 39. Okay, step 39. Part A15. A15. Here it is. It's up here hiding. There we go. All right, part A15 and part A14. A14 was right there. They're really close to each other. And with that, we have taken all the parts off frame A1. So you can put frame A1 to the side. You won't need it anymore. Slot the red feature into part A15 like so. Make sure there's no gap, it's flush. And then you can put that straight onto Ray's back. Now, you can see this one goes on to the left side of Ray's body, because there are teeth that line up in a certain way. You can see left side of Ray's body. So, like so, and there we go. We've put that one in. Now, step 40 is just making the mirror part, frame A2, part 5, and frame A2, part 4. These ones are right next to each other. And with that, we no longer need frame A2, so you can put frame A2 to the side. Also, put part A24 into part A25. make sure it's flush. And then you can put that on the other side of Ray's back. There we go, it slots in nice and easily. Excellent, all right. Step 41, the final step is to take off part B221, so the cloud. And that comes off nicely. That's the base. Put that on the table, and there you go, Rayquaza is complete. All you've got to do is keep the largest red fin face down, and Ray will seat neatly in the cloud on your table, desk, or shelf. Remember that the arms can move around the ball joint, and you can twist and reposition Ray's hands and head. And because it's fully posable, you can rotate the different parts of Ray until you find a pose that you like. Ray's mouth opens and closes too. If you don't like the cloud, you can maneuver the parts around and position Rayquaza in the battle pose. Pretty cool if you ask me. And remember, you can get 10% off all model figures at rarecandycollectibles.com.au using the code OKJLove at checkout, so make sure to check them out. If today's video helped you out and you're after more, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay in the loop. But that's it for today's assembly video, so I'll see you next time where I'm probably going to be building Gengar, so stay tuned for that one. Thanks again, guys.